Good afternoon, friends. So I just entered Togo after a fairly pain-free journey. So my man Hope, who's been my awesome driver for the day, he's been very kind to me.
Yes, sir.
So here we are, new country. It isn't too far to the hotel now. Well, it's absolutely sipping it now. Should I have gone straight back instead of hanging out for a beer? Maybe. Do I much care? Not really. It's kind of fun. Morning, friends. So after a mild miscalculation, an assumption, if you will, I'm on track. Good afternoon, friends. So, I arrived in Lomé, the capital of Togo, yesterday. The border is where the city begins. So it's a short hop from the border to here. I'm in a 3-star hotel that is run down and grubby, but it's perfectly serviceable for someone like me. I got a double bed with a hilarious je t'aime kind of romantic bedspread on my little shower wet room. Got a television, so that's nice, and all for 15 euros a night. I did go off on a bit of a mission last night to try and find a supermarket to buy some supplies, but primarily some whiskey, and that failed. The supermarket wasn't there. And then I walked around the corner from my hotel, stopped into a place to buy some water, to fill up my water bottle and get hydrated, and they have J&B whiskey, which is my preferred crappy brand, on the shelf. Made friends with the guy John Paul. I'm going to go back there later. I'm on quite a long walk now. I mean, I'm not going to be in this country very long. It's a very narrow country. It's kind of like that. I'm only here for a week, and then I go straight into Benin. And so I want to see some of the country, some of the city, while I can. So instead of hopping on one of the billions of motorcycle taxis, I'm just going to walk into town, about an hour or so. I'm hydrated, I'm sunscreened to the hilt. That should be fine. I am going to swing by the Nigerian embassy. I had some problems with the online system, and I want to get the definitive word, because as things stand, I'm due to enter Nigeria a fortnight yesterday, and I've got to get that sorted out sooner rather than later. Anyway, so I'm headed to the Nigerian embassy. There's a chicken place with excellent reviews that I found, and a supermarket to buy supplies. There's no kitchen, of course, at the hotel. There is a restaurant, but it's a bit pricey for me. So I'm going to buy some supplies: peanut butter, crackers. I've got some beans, I'm going to buy some more, see what the price of tuna is here. And maybe some mayonnaise, corned beef maybe. Some stuff that I can make in my room with minimal fuss. And yeah, that's my plan. First impressions of Togo. After Ghana, poverty. Now, poverty is a reality everywhere I go. Here you see it in a second. I hit Morocco, and to varying degrees all the way through. Of course I do. Pretty much everywhere I go has a very low GDP and a very difficult life for the majority of their citizens. But this is different. In Ghana, yes, I was in a very local area by choice. And I had a very nice room in a very local area. To the point where they were all very surprised to see me. There's a white guy. But also, Ghana has mansions and Mercedes and some privilege in a lot of different places. Of course, you'll have neighborhoods, but here, from what I've been able to see, it's just everyone. Everyone. Now, there are some very nice, very well taken care of motorcycles, but I have yet to see, apart from that, any display of privilege whatsoever. And this is the capital. So yeah, these are the places we choose to walk and see. Anyway. Right, having had a pit stop for a very nice cold beer, it's Saturday afternoon, don't judge me. I'm hiking along, back on track. I've taken the left-hand route of a fork because this route is mainly in the shade. And with the breeze that's in my face, it's kind of nice and cool. This is fun. Yeah. I keep walking past these little shops that have microfinance advertised. Sabbath's microfinance and so forth. It's like 5. And now, because of that, I have that song stuck in my head from 2 years ago. Looking for a man in finance. Trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. And so, to ace that out of my brain, I'm going to listen to Reputation for a while. Well, that's bloody annoying. That's the supermarket. Closed against its stated opening times. Fantastic. Well, after hacking my way through one of the biggest markets I've seen in my fucking life, which is cool, and it's still going, but there's a huge church here. I'll get a video in a minute, but it's actually really cool. Yeah. Right, well, unfortunately that was a blowout. I got to the stated location on Google Maps of the Nigerian embassy, and it was a fairly wrecked doorway with 2 children sleeping in it. So, not really. I should maybe have done more of a deep dive into Reddit or something to find if there was a secret entrance. But that's okay. This was a reconnaissance trip anyway. We'll try it on Monday. Good afternoon, friends. So a rather rainy day here, and it's actually cooler right now than in the British Isles. I was talking to my mother and father, my best friend Vixie, who've all advised me that it's absolutely brutal. It's like 30 degrees there. Never mind. Anyway, so Sunday afternoon, left my place to find some food, went for actually quite a long walk, stumbled across this place, and was served the largest plate of spaghetti I've seen this side of Catania. Now, rudimentary spaghetti, if you like. Spaghetti in a very spicy, very good sauce, chopped up hot dogs, vegetables, and with an omelette served on top with mayonnaise. But it was so big and so filling, and I was starving. So that was good. Also, that whole thing and 2 large beers for 2,000 zoff, which is $3.50. I'm going to go back there at least once. So yes, I am satisfied, if you like. We'll go back, do some washing, and ask to change rooms. I was talking to Bix earlier, did a video call, and she was like, "Where are you? You look like you're in a prison," because my room is fairly dark. The very small window opens out onto a courtyard. The walls are gloss white and it has a single fluorescent light. So I'm going to ask to change rooms. The hotel is almost empty, so I'm going to be rather cheeky and see if I can pull an upgrade to a standard double room, which is a bit bigger. Anyway, having fun. Yeah. I just saw two guys playing Bow. For those uninitiated, Bow is a game which was a precursor of backgammon. Essentially, it's like a double-sided board with a hinge with kind of cups, and you use dried beans as counters. That game is 4,000 years old, something like that. The earliest examples, I think, were in Egypt. I do have a board somewhere in storage, along with most of my stuff which is in storage. But yeah, I picked up in Zanzibar half a lifetime ago. Yeah, it's a good game. Morning, friends. So I have made a fun discovery. I think I mentioned yesterday that I changed rooms because I video called Bixie yesterday and she was like, are you in a prison? Because glossy white walls and fluorescent lights. So I asked to change rooms, got a nice room actually. It's pretty cool. It's still a little dark, but it would work. But then I came to this kind of like balcony situation here. And in addition to a discarded photocopier, there is a 3-seat sofa. And like that. And the internet here is also very strong. Now, because I spent so much of my life in bunks and so forth, my preferred relaxing position is flat on my back with my head on a pillow or on an arm. So a 3-seater sofa is very much my jam. But also it means that I can teach from here. All I need is a little table. And this makes me very happy because teaching in a fairly dark, but very perfectly serviceable room is great, but that is much better. So, yeah. So just when you're really enjoying yourself, teaching on your quiet, restrained little balcony, a massive truck turns up and it starts unloading breeze blocks. This is a superior calculator setup. Look at that, nice. I don't know if any of you are Zoolander fans.